Today is December 15th, 2015. I'm Ramon Gonzalez Morsiglio. Making this YouTube just to document basically what the perpetrators have been doing to me of late. They're still attacking me. There's a perp-inflicting jawbone pain still on my jawbone. They appear to be interrogating for non-existent crimes. The perpetrators have been pushing my health. I feel like my brain tissue is like ripped apart. I want to talk about every morning they've been waking me up early. I haven't been getting enough sleep. They've been waking me up like before like 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually between 4 and 6 o'clock they'll wake me up. They said it's when a targeted individual female wakes up at the same time she gets up to feed her kids or whatever she does, housewife chores, that they attack me. I'm not sure if that's the case. If I get information like that, I'll document. They do chop up people's brain tissues and they're dependent on the technology. And I think they put all the people that are brain damaged together. You gotta get an MRI to check yourself. I got brain damage caused by the energy weapon. You might have brain damage. Check yourselves, get an MRI. You should never allow them, never listen to the perpetrators. Never listen to them means never listen to them. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. They appear to be trafficking off of my head, trying to rap to females, trying to romantically link me to females. I called their bluff. I called a female recently in Puerto Rico, and they were telling me, oh, she likes you, she wants you to be with her, blah blah blah. And then I said, okay, I had enough of this. I called her up, or I had her call me, and I found out that she doesn't even hear about me. They were lying, basically lying, and it was somebody trying to, whenever I'm in contact with a female, they try to tamper with the relationship of the female that I'm with. So they basically thought that she was like a potential. Turns out she has a boyfriend. I didn't speak to her on any kind of a relationship level. They romantically linked me to her so they can inquire. It's like they make a statement. She likes you. And then they try to retrieve the information telepathically. And somebody, I guess, if they read the information properly, they pass on the information through media, then retrieve the information. The voice disco is designed to make statements and to also to stir up like any emotions for anything lacking. And let's say somebody's like, in my life, they've been blocking me severely. I mean, totally blocking me from women. I haven't even been chasing women at all. But any female that comes near me, they block me. So there's always a perp that's telepathically saying, oh, because it's of a non-existent crime, as an excuse for me being single. Oh, we gotta block him from a female because of a non-existent crime. He's a retard. He keeps spreading that. Every time I say this, he keeps spreading that to unknowns telepathically. I believe they receive information telepathically and then they relay it. Like they think they can, they want to attack me while simultaneously hitting a female or harassing another male to traffic a female who's on him telepathically. They gotta, when I get hit, it's basically like they're Morse coding to each other. They're relaying messages. So when you get pain inflicted, they like to hurt you to Morse code to some perpetrator that a hot female is around the corner or something like that. And they're mostly into stealing and trafficking women. Perp's main goal is to steal and traffic women. And the women, they gotta close their legs. They can't sleep around at all. Apparently this president is a retard, and once you attack a former NYPD or FBI or something like that, they'll go right through some homeland, possibly in Afghanistan or somewhere. Aims over here, aims over there, and then the military base all around the world. It's military. The police department can't go after somebody who's aiming energy weapons in Afghanistan. It's impossible because they would have to go through the ladder. And then you got this president that allows them to do whatever they want, and they're trafficking. And the president probably trafficked a female to himself. Joe Biden got busted for exposing himself in front of a Secret Service agent. So you're not going to get help from these clowns. So you basically really got to document and file complaints to the FBI, and hopefully they might help you. My relative has a newborn son, and I'm passing by a Church's Chicken. We're going through the drive-through, and as we're going through the drive-through, the little baby infant was born a few weeks ago. Like, he opens his eyes and then he shifts his eyes to the drive-through, pointing at the female. And they did it twice. We went to the post office. I saw a female at the parking lot. They're fairly attractive. They're nothing to be chasing after, or they're like regular females. It's not like they're outstanding. And they did the same thing. They rolled the infant's eyes. He opens his eyes, and then they rolled his eyes towards the female. Then they inflicted jawbone pain when we were driving through the drive-through, right near the kids. You know, I'm near the kid, so they don't care about children. So when they go, they say we're after this or that or the other crime. They're criminals. They kill kids. They genocide them. They're Homeland Security that are, I believe, they're officers or the generals' relatives or whatever. They got these jobs. Or they could be somebody who scans areas, like it could be somebody protecting, let's say, a scientist who scans for the ocean to look for treasure or earthquakes or something like that. They protect people like that, or it's a homeland aiming on a jawbone. It's either or. Whoever has this technology, they protect criminals because they like to traffic women to themselves. So you got to be very careful with men. There's a lot of targeted individual males that like to link themselves to you, and then they like to meet up at what I believe is that they try to talk to you in your head, usually interesting topics. Then in my case, in my Voice of Skull experiences, interesting topics, then talks of relationship. I know who likes you. Then romantically linking me to a married female or some unknowns. If I look at a female, oh, she likes you, blah blah blah. They interesting topic. Then they embed perversion in your head with the telepathy. They like to use illusion of confession by using, if I say the word one or some or something like that, they pretend that I'm confessing to non-existent crimes. Of late, they've been severely popping my neck bone. I mean, severely. Like they'll hold my neck, and then you hear a crack. I believe it's dented inwardly. They dent my skull. They were pushing the back of my skull, like they were trying to reshape my skull, the top, and the idea is like they can't steal my identity. Like, I have a huge family, and I filed complaints with the FBI, NYPD, etc., or other law enforcement. So they can't steal my identity. So another idea I got is like they're trying to change my face for some type of facial recognition to make me look like one of their corrupted relatives, if they have some technology. This is just a theory. It's not an idea. It's a theory. And I believe that they're doing that so they can traffic women. The energy weapons and sugar don't mix. If you if you look on YouTube and you type powdered sugar and fire, it's equivalent to almost that. Like energy weapons and sugar, it just ignites it. Powdered sugar, and you could even try it at home, but you got to be very careful. Take powdered sugar and squeeze it in a bottle, and put fire in it. It'll ignite. So sugar and the energy weapons don't mix. You can't eat sugar. You got to drink lots of water. So this female or whoever, they say, oh, his health is bad, and then they start ramming energy weapons even worse. The worse you feel, or the worse the perpetrators know you feel, they start attacking you more. So you can't say anything about your health. over the, or somebody can't relay messages, it's like they relay the message to hit me more. That's how the perpetrators work. When I had a fever one time, they almost killed me. You can't trust any kind of help by voice to skull or by telepathy or etc. You need to file complaints and be very careful of males online that travel long distances. Let's, for example, if a male lives in the United States and tries to travel here to Puerto Rico, that that's a sign that there's something wrong with that person. They usually travel long distances, and they travel multiple places from because of lack of information from other target individual females, and some females cooperating with me. I investigated one of the perpetrators, and it looks like he traveled from Virginia to Florida, and he travels to California. So be very careful with people who travel all over the place. Just be careful with males, especially American males, that like to strike up conversation. They might even pretend that they're target individuals topic. But there's a lot of trafficking. They relay trafficking, they network. They do it to the point where they froze my computer that's offline. I'm trying to work on a biblical YouTube, and they froze the application. I had to file a complaint to the FBI about it, because they froze my application from the air, because it just exposes, through the Bible, it exposes the perpetrators. I found out something about the perpetrators. If a female cheats or a female lies, the perpetrators hound them more. A female has to repent from cheating or lying. If they know you're capable, they probe the brain of cheating, they'll stick on you and they'll harass you more. So you gotta be careful with the males around you and try to repent. Perpetrators are attracted to lying, cheating women, and especially a woman who projects themselves as a non-cheater or liar. Probe the brain, and then they come after the female with psychology. Female projects themselves innocent, meaning not lying or not cheating. It gives the perpetrators room to maneuver their schemes and plots. Attempting to open up a file, which it's a file of that I created. Loading object. It's called clues. It won't let me latch on to the. I'm trying to click on it and it's now it froze. The perpetrators froze my computer. I'm offline. It is December the 6th of December 2015. This is the time. I'm gonna turn on the browser, internet browser. It cuts off.